Hello, 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 hello. Miss Autumn Sale, thank you so much for holding up. Babies, I'm not gonna lie to you. Talk among yourselves. I was trying to get my oh shit, hold on. Let me get my camera together. That's as good as it's gonna get. I was trying to get my media assets, like my little all my little come on, Ronnie. My little photographs and shit like that. Baby, Miss Computer said not today. Miss Computer said not today. Hold on. Let me do this. Let me listen. Hold on. Oh, and you know what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get the link. Let me get the link. Yeah, please stand by. Sal, I pay $59 a month to get up on here. Uh get your ass up in the get your ass up in the chat today. Oh, you getting up in the chat today? Yes, you are. Mm-hmm. Waiting, Sal, waiting. Do 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 toot 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 toot. Well, anybody else? Y'all just gonna let me hang up here, huh? How rude. Wait a minute. Who's that? Wait a minute. Trying to get my assets together. Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me cancel this. Let me cancel this. There you go. Mr. Stevens!
Hello,
Greetings.
how are you?
Hold on, wait a minute. What's that sound? I'm not putting on a face. Didn't nobody tell you to put on no face down. There you go. Mr. Stevens, how are you, my love?
I'm fine. I went to the doctor today and they told me I gained a little bit of weight and I'm trying to, get that off of me. But everything is fine and it gives me motivation to go to the gym a little bit more cuz I usually go every Sunday and I need to start going like twice and maybe I'll see some nice looking people there. I don't know.
Here,
So
let me tell you this, Mr. Stevens. That doctor tells me I put on weight all the time, and I'm like, fuck you. I'm not taking it off. Not for as much as food costs. Fuck what you heard. Okay, I'm not taking shit
but
off. Okay. You gonna pay me for this. Wait, you want me to lose some weight? You gonna pay me for this shit, honey. Wait, the price of groceries in Trump's America, fuck what y'all heard. Okay, fuck what you heard.
wow.
Miss Autumn, how are you, baby? Sweetie, you are watching me in real time scramble for my shit right now. Okay. How are you, Miss Autumn? What's going on, babes?
Hey,
Oh, wait, see, and that falls right in what we were saying. Yeah, Autumn. Yeah, there ain't no doubt that Miss Vanna, you put on 5 pounds and okay, it's a main thing. Okay.
I got some partial good news, Miss Ronnie. Partially, we
Okay,
holding on to hope.
go ahead.
We stopped the closing of the school for
I'm
now.
sorry. I'm
for
sorry.
now,
I'm
For-
sorry. What? I'm sorry. What did you say?
we stopped the closing of the school for now.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said we stopped the closing of the school for now.
What did you say? We stopped the closing of the school. I understand. But last week, that wasn't a possibility. So what did we do? We stopped the closing of the school. That's where we're sitting. That's where we're sitting at. Because, honey, what you're doing right now, your efforts cannot go in vain. Your efforts cannot go in vain. And wait a minute. And Autumn, you've come through too much to let this define this moment. No, we stopped that closing of that school. That's what happened. That's what happened.
I'm gonna be brief, Michael.
You're
I have
fine.
to say this. I felt so defeated after the fact until I heard my mother still works for the school district. And she called me, she said, Sherry, She said, they stopped it. They stopped it. I said, what they stopped, Ma? She said, they stopped the closing of the school. They stopped. I said, oh, Lord. I cried every day, and I can't tell you why. I was just so heartfelt about what was going on. And I cried every day since that event, all the way up until tonight. And I'm glad I got everything out. It was, the closing of the school. Well, the possibility of the closing of the school. And I've been battling an issue that I've been having with my son. Our communication has been very, very toxic for a long time. And I came to terms to cut him off. And as a mom, that hurt me to the core of my soul. But I had to, because the last interaction we had was so disrespectful. And he's been disrespectful on many occasions. But this time, it was certain things that he said that I can't come back from. Yeah, he can't come back from with me. And I was like, okay. It hurt me because I was like, I'm your mom. And how could you say so much venomous, hateful things to me? And I know I didn't deserve it. I know it was misled anger, like anger for someone else, and it came off to me. But the things that he said just tore my heart in half. And I had been making some prior important decisions in regards to my life. And then, once I passed, and I changed everything around because this is my oldest child. And I had a conversation with my younger ones tonight. And not that I'm prepared to die, but that's a conversation that a lot of people don't like to have.
Yeah.
And I had the conversation, and I told them that I have to get them these papers. And I also have some other papers that I'm getting drawn up as well. And it's just, I feel like this journey that I'm on, I lost so much. I've been torn apart being a good person, or what I consider being a good person, treating a person with dignity and respect. And when you don't receive that in return, it takes something from you. You know what I mean?
No, it's
And
a hurting
especially,
it's a hurting thing.
yes, and especially when it's a loved one, like with friends, it doesn't mean it hurts any less if it's a friend. But when it's a family member, it hits different. And so I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Um, I've been feeling defeated anyway. So with the extra stuff, it was just like a pile up. So it's like, that's like I'm talking to you guys now. I'll just bust out and start crying. And I think because the layers because I tend to hold things, and like I felt like I think I'm overloaded. So at this point on my journey, I said, I can't no more. I just have to say no. I just have to let you go and live your life.
Let me tell you something, Miss Autumn. In what you're saying right now, this is divine synchronicity for what I wanted to come up on here to talk about. What you say about being overloaded. There's a
Thank you, Sal.
What's that?
I was saying thank you, Sal.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Sal's good for the cheerleading. No, he's good. He's a good cheerleader. Autumn. Every person on this planet has their own journey.
Mm-hmm.
They've got their own journey. And how do I want to say your child is not your burden to carry through their lessons. And you are not meant to lose yourself trying to salvage what they are blowing up in real time, what they blowing up in 4K. And you know, you release your son, you release him to his own divine unfolding. Release him to his own divine unfolding. He's going to find his way. He's going to find his way back. And I understand where you're feeling, and you've got every right to feel the way you feel. And the thing is that maybe with time, you know what I'm saying, things may change. But you know, you got to release yourself from the chaos. I understand. And the best that I can tell you is that, you know what? Love doesn't always look like closeness. Love doesn't always look like closeness. Love looks like sometimes I got to put you away. Because I got to protect my space. Because if I don't, I will turn to hate you.
And I said that this evening. It's like I'm one step from hating him. And that hurts me to say that about my child. I'm one step from hating him. And see, it just didn't happen recently. Like, he always have talked to me crazy. I bash him in his face, and, you know, we go through it, and, you know, some time I pass, and, you know, I try to be the bigger person, you know, and then it seems like we can't be in each other's company for long.
Miss Autumn, give me a second. Give me 1 second, Autumn. Michael, when she said, you know, sometimes I bash him in his face, why did you make that face? What happened? What response did you have right now?
It just no. And I was just like, wow. I mean, like, literally bash. Like, I mean,
sometimes
I know. I know. I'm just like,
what was going on, you know, and I know that wasn't a commentary on Autumn, but you know, I wanted to know what that,
I understand his response. I do. And Michael, trust me, I'm not a violent person. And
I know.
It was just like, you know, Mike, when you're talking to somebody and, you know, we're talking in the tone we're talking now, they're screaming and hollering, and you trying to make sense out of the situation, and they're tearing you down. And you just trying to get them to chill, just listen to me. And they just keep going and just like jabbing until it's like, I can't do this no more. And
you know what?
Won't shut up. You won't shut up.
You know what, Miss Ronnie? I'm kind of glad you asked that question, because it kind of made me think of something really quick. I want to just tell the story. Many years ago, I had a friend who I stopped talking to, and because he was dealing with autism or whatever, something like that. And when you're dealing with somebody with autism, sometimes it can be very frustrating. And this is back when I thought I could fix people's problems. So one day I was at a Buddhist retreat, and this lady told me, she said, it is okay to be alone. She said to me, if you have to raise your hand up at somebody, she said, you got to let them be, because that means that they are on a different
and that's what Autumn did. And that is what Autumn did. You know, and that is what Autumn and the thing now, and I want to share this with you guys. Okay, the relationship I have with my mother right now, I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. But I'm going to tell you this right now: it did not always start that way. It did not start that way at all. And there was a moment that I didn't speak to my mother for 5 years. I didn't speak to my mother for 5 years. And what I have with her right now, there's nothing that I would not do to get 5 years back.
Yes.
You know? And so every child has got to go through their own journey. And I will tell you something. So I don't know if I told you this, but so last week, my mother and my stepfather, they went on a vacation, and on the second day of the vacation, my stepfather had a stroke. And there's a thing called the golden hour And that's where they're giving you this medication, and he's destined to make a full recovery. And I was in contact with my mother throughout this whole thing. And the thing that bothered me was that she was so far away, because I'm in Chicago. They're in Albuquerque. Let me get in my body. I know how strong my mother is. And when it came to this shit, my mother was built for this. My mother was built for this type of thing. And then that made me feel sad too, to think that my mother had to go through so much, that she is prepared for this, because nobody should be going through all that kind of shit in life for that. You know what I'm saying? Because life will come at you hard. And if you're not ready, life will just, roll over you and stuff.
Yeah.
So that is that's what I had. But I'm telling you, I'm telling you right now, there were several times that I mean, I wanted nothing to do with my mom. I wanted absolutely nothing to do with her. And once again, what I would give to get those 5 years back, so I know this shit is fresh, but you know what, Autumn? I'm just going to say this much. Last week, we had no hope. The school was closed. We got good news. And life just does that. You bless him, you release him into greater life.
Yes.
And you got to protect what's there for Autumn to protect.
Yes.
Because clearly, Autumn, with what is going on, clearly, Autumn, with what's going on, you've got work to do. And my prayer is that there will be reconciliation. My prayer for you and your child is that there will be understanding, that there will be healing, that there will be, again, some type of dialogue that fixes this, because we live in a very, very spontaneous world, and anything can happen to any of us.
True.
And to think, and the thing is, Autumn, is that young people always do this. We live in this luxury that we will always have time. I'll get it someday. And I keep saying, someday is not on the calendar. And darling, my heart breaks for you. I'm sorry that you had to go through all of this. I'm sorry that it's it's come to what it's come to and stuff. But again, there's something that always guides us. There is something that is greater than us. There is something that is always beyond the edges of reality, that always keeps that availability for a miracle to come through. Because, listen, last week you was crying over this school. And Universal Mind said, no, she's come too far. She's worked too hard. And I got it. For now, I don't accept that. That school is going to be open. And if I'm setting myself up, for a disappointment, it's listen, I'll deal with that disappointment. But in my mind, that school is open, doing what it has to do, because the need out here is too great. And where there is a need, Universal Mind will always meet us where we're at. Or will always meet us where it's at. And Autumn, if it is not that school, those needs will be met. They will be met. So, and that's where I go with that. You good though, babes? You good? I mean, for as good as can be at this moment.
For good as can be for the moment, I'm gonna say yes. I'm good now. I'm
yeah.
good. And I want to say I mentioned all of you guys. I mentioned Michael
Oh,
and
you.
Sal and you. I mentioned everybody today to my baby boy when I was talking to him tonight. And and also my daughter Jasmine. And I said, how I don't know, sometimes people don't know until you tell them how much you guys really mean to me. Like this platform where, you got people that you can talk to and they understand and they really care about, what's going on in your life and the feedback and just the positivity, it means so much, especially when you're surrounded by a lot of negativity, and when, it's just such a pleasure to come up here and see you guys and talk to you guys. It's just such a pleasure. And I love you all. I love you all for that. And it means a lot to me. I want to say that.
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, okay.
It really
Oh,
does.
Sal's giving you a heart right here, baby. Sal's
Yeah.
giving you the heart.
Yes.
Autumn, I want do something for me right now, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Michaels, I'm gonna drop you down, okay, babes?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, don't go nowhere because I got some things to tell you. Don't go nowhere though, okay? Okay. Thanks, love. All right. Autumn, right here where your chest is at, where your heart is at, I want you to start tapping. Tap it. Mm-hmm. Take a deep breath. Keep tapping. Take another breath, Autumn. Here we go. Now you repeat, Autumn. Repeat. I am love.
I am love.
I am peace.
I'm peace.
I am not required to suffer to prove either.
I am not required to suffer either.
To prove either.
To prove either.
Yep. One more time. I am love.
I am loved.
I am peace.
I am peace.
And I am not required to suffer to prove either.
And I am required not to suffer
to prove either of that.
either of that.
And let that sit. Let that sit, baby. Just let that sit. Just let that sit. Okay. Let that sit. And just let that sit.
Thank you.
Get it out. Yep. Yep. That's it.
Thank you.
Autumn, as a human being, you have made the same mistakes and failings that every human being makes. All right. Your failings, your drawbacks are nothing new on this planet. Your son has got to come to grips with the anger that he feels. And sweetheart, where it says, and again, I'm a church deconstructionist. I don't like the church, but here it is. You know where it says, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. That does not mean that God is going to strike your enemy down. What that means, vengeance is mine. That means that emotion, anger, bitterness, resentment, that is not an emotion that human beings were meant to cover. That was not an emotion that human beings were meant to carry. So we've got to give that up to something that is capable of being able to hold that. You protected yourself. You protect yourself. And no matter how he feels about you, Autumn, that is your child. You are his mother. He will always have 50% of his DNA that will always come from you. So, girl, no matter how much he rebukes you, he can never get away from you because half of you is him. He's going to have to come to realize that. And with that, Autumn, like I said, when it gets too heavy, like for me, I felt it like in your chest and like in like the lower portion of your stomach, that sick feeling, you know, when you tap, you just repeat what I said. I am love, I am peace, and I am not required to suffer to prove either of that. You know who you are.
Yes.
You know who you are. These mistakes will be unfolding. These mistakes will be unfolding. And honey, we evolve. We evolve. And he's gonna, and darling, the thing is that, you know, there's gonna be a chasm of guilt that he's gonna have to dig himself out under before he can meet you on a level, just on something level. You know, what they say, you can fix it, but you can't make it work. So that is going to be the work. That's going to be the work, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that, baby. But I will tell you this. I will say this, that again, you know, I believe that if we look at the things that come through us in a lens of why, what am I supposed to learn from this, as opposed to why is this happening to me, it makes the situations, it makes the the circumstances a little bit more palatable. It makes it a little bit more easier to bear. All right.
Yes.
All right, baby. I'm gonna drop you down. We're gonna get on with
Yes.
it because
Okay.
again, your situation was right on time. It was in par with the energy that was out here today. It was on par, girl. It was on par. And before I end the show, if you want to come on up, we could chat a little bit more. By all means, you just hit the link and we'll
Okay.
get you back on up. All right.
Okay.
All right. And Sal over there doing the cheerleading. Thank you, Sal. Thank you. All right, let me get to my media assets. All right. So let me get into this real fast. So today, for the most part, things felt calm. And it was like, you know, it seemed like everything was straight. Nothing heavy on the surface, but underneath, we were feeling more than what we were saying. I.e., case in point, what we just witnessed with Autumn. On an astrological aspect, we had the moon in Libra. We had Venus in Gemini, trining Pluto in Aquarius. So let me break that down. The moon is our emotions. The moon in Libra. Libra wants to keep the peace. Libra wants everything to be smooth. Then Venus is Venus is connection. You know, Venus is talking, Venus is flirting, Venus is bonding. You know, Gemini keeps it light, no pressure. But here we go. It's that damn Pluto in Aquarius. That's what fucks shit up today. Pluto is deep feelings, the truth, what was underneath all of the bullshit. And Aquarius makes it hit your mind in a very real way. So on the outside, you know, shit looked really light, but on the inside, things were running deep. So the moon, and wait a minute, let me see if I can do this, because like I said, I was trying to get my media aspects, and like the computer said, no, bitch, we're not doing this. So let me see if I can get that in real time. So let me get back here to the studio. So here we are, the moon. There we go. So we had the moon. Okay. The moon is giving us that illusion of like, no, I'm good. The moon was giving us things look calm on the surface, but that's not the full truth. This is emotional masking, hidden feelings, what's not being said out loud. You know, this is with the transit today, this was emotional suppression. This was the avoidance of discomfort. With this, we gotta push back on that. We gotta say, I honor what is rising beneath the surface instead of hiding from it. You know, at that point, we had the Two of Swords. This was the I'm fine energy. That's actually a decision to not fully face what's there yet. This is for the energy that was going on today. This was cognitive dissonance. This was emotional blockage. And in our counter narrative for that is that clarity comes when we stop avoiding what we really feel. And then beyond that, what right here was the Page of Cups. This was the emotional truth trying to surface. This was like the softer emotional layer trying to break through the mask. You know, repressed emotions beginning to surface. You know, and we got to remember something, that our emotions are information. Our emotions are messages. These are not problems, they're messages. And then for that Pluto energy, this right here. This was judgment. Or we could have done death. I could have done death on this one. But this was Pluto in Aquarius. This was the truth pulling everything out from underneath. This was the emotional exposure. This was the identity stripping. This is what was really being said. This is what was really being felt. You know, so what is real within somebody cannot be hidden anymore. So, like in plain language, you acting like it's nothing, but you actually feeling everything. You are actually feeling everything. People play it cool so that they don't get exposed. But that doesn't make the feelings go away. It just sits underneath it. So when you stop hiding behind the I'm good and just admit what you feel, you're going to find that you're going to have a lot more bandwidth to deal with the shit that's coming through. You are allowed to feel what you feel without acting like it's nothing. So for the energy that was out here today, you know, we had to say how we feel as if it matters. We had to keep it very real with ourselves, and we had to let the connection be real. You know, acting like you don't care, that was not the move. That was not the move. Bottling that shit up, that was not a flex. Playing like everything was cool, yeah, that was falling into it was falling into the energy, this emotional masking. And so here we go. You know, today's energy is calling out emotional masking, and I'm not talking about other people's. I'm talking about those moments where we say we're good, but we know we're not. So let's talk about why we do that, and what's it really doing to us. Emotional masking is when you feel something but you don't show it. Instead, we're going to say I'm fine. You know, when you're overwhelmed, or you show up strong when you are actually tired. Or you smile, or you joke, and you keep it moving, but inside you are feeling very disconnected. And let me say this real clearly. That isn't fake, that is protection. People don't just wake up one day and they decide to hide how they feel. That shit is learned. At some point, we pick up the message that it's not safe for us to feel this out loud. And maybe when you expressed emotions, you got ignored, or maybe it caused a conflict, or maybe, you know, we had to be the strong one for everybody else, so our mind adopted. Masking becomes about safety, because we learn if we stay composed, if we keep it together, it'll be okay. But it also comes out of control, because real emotions, they're messy. They don't always make sense. So instead of feeling them, we manage them. We manage them privately. And for some of us, this becomes our identity. You the strong one. You the calm one. You the one who always has it together. So now showing emotion feels wrong, like we're breaking out of character. And after a while, that shit turns into disconnection. You just don't hide emotions. You stop fully recognizing what you feel. Emotional masking isn't about being fake. It's about staying safe in ways that no longer serve us. And emotional masking, this is how the shit shows up in real life. We feel numb, like nothing really hits us the way it should. We stay busy, because always doing something, because always doing something, how do I want to say this? Oh shit, I don't want to say it. Give me a second, y'all. I lost my train of thought. Always doing something, always moving. It doesn't allow us to really acknowledge our feelings. Little things will irritate us more than they should because we're feeling disconnected, even from ourselves. So we're not emotionless, we're backed up. And the long-term effects, if this goes on too long, we burn out emotionally. And you start feeling random waves of anxiety or being overwhelmed. And you don't even know what you feel or what you want anymore. And as far as real connection with people, that shit gets harder. And this is how people slowly lose connections with themselves, because they're always masking their emotions. But here's the thing. You don't have to fix this by forcing yourself to break down. You can start small. And it starts by you naming a real feeling. One feeling today. One feeling. We don't have that many people in the chat. Well, we got 4 people in the chat. Listen, give me one feeling. One feeling. Put it in the chat. One feeling that you felt today. Just one feeling. You ain't got to explain it. Just put one feeling that you felt today. Today, I'm going to tell you something. Today was that day. Today, I was at work and I was grateful for going to work. But everyone, how's everything going, Ronnie? I'm good, because I didn't want to tell him. I didn't want to tell him that I had somebody who's trying to find housing again that's dual diagnosed. I didn't want to tell him that my stepfather had a stroke and I'm worried about him and his health, and I'm worried about how my mother is going to react to that. I didn't want to tell him that, I'm tired and I'm looking for, I want to look for another form of employment. I didn't want to tell him that, I was resentful because I had to come to this job early and I couldn't post my social media the way I wanted to. I didn't want to say that. Let me look at you. Let me look at you while I'm saying this. I could very easily batch a lot of social media. So like when days like this happen today, I could just throw something out there. But the thing is that I don't want shit like that. I don't want to throw something out there. Whatever I want to do, I want to give you all something that you can hold on to. I'm gonna be honest with you. This channel we haven't lost subscribers. We haven't gained any. So we're like at a plateau right now. But like, if it is Michael, if it is Sal, if it is Miss Autumn, and on occasion Miss Martha and Miss Yvette, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But if you all are showing up, I want to be able to give you something of substance. Okay. And so like when I asked, what was the one feeling that you all had? Miss Allen, she gave it up for us. She was heartbroken. And you want to know something? That's real. That is real. So, in whatever you're feeling, give yourself space to feel something without having to explain it. Because emotional masking right now, it's not working. And right now, this isn't this emotional masking is no longer about control. It's about letting yourself be real in small, safe amounts. And be honest, how many of us say, I'm good when you're not? Do you shut down or do you just keep moving? And when is the last time you actually let yourself feel something fully? I'm going to give you all an affirmation. Here you go. Hear your affirmation, y'all. Spirit's giving it to me in real time. Here we go. I am safe to feel what I feel. I am safe to feel what I feel. Give me a second, y'all. I want to. I don't have to hide my emotions to be accepted. I don't have to hide my emotions to be accepted. Here's another one. And your truth is not a burden. And your truth is not a burden. And your truth is not a burden. So, in closing, y'all, I just want you to know you don't have to perform strength all the time. You're allowed to feel what you feel without losing who you are. You are allowed to feel what you feel without losing who you are. And like I said, your feelings are information. That is internal data. And they are not there to break you. They are there to clue you in on either what you have overcome or what you need to work on. So there you go, y'all. There you go. That's, like I said, when I knew that I couldn't I wasn't I was gonna be able to post up today because y'all, I was out of the house by 6 a.m. and I did not get home till 5 p.m. I am tired. I am tired. I'm tired. And I always told you all, I said, you know what, when I don't post, I will, I will do what I can, but yeah, that's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. I dropped the link. If anybody want to come up, anybody want to say something, come through. If not, we good. We good. I got some things I got to do before I go to sleep, and then it's a big day tomorrow. It's a big day tomorrow. Everybody good? All right. All right. Well, y'all, thank you so much for letting me come on. Thank you so much for meeting me. Sal, Miss Autumn, Mr. Michaels, thank you all. Thank you so much for coming through. Oh, wait. We got Miss Autumn. Yes, my darling.
Listen, I know I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
I wanted to come up since you dropped the link before I say good night to you.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? It's hard. I'm listening to you, and I made the comment today is that I'm not I can't be the superhero anymore.
No.
I said I've been a superhero. I can't even count the years.
Right. And remember, and wait a minute, sweetheart. And here's the thing. If you can answer this question, your healing is going to be on the other side of this question. When did that start? And you
What?
ain't got to say it to me. You ain't got to say it to me.
No,
You
no,
know,
no,
'cause
no. When did what start?
when did you put on that cape?
Oh my gosh. I've had the cape most of my adult life. I mean, for oh my gosh, well over 40 years. About 40 years.
It's time to retire the cape.
Yeah, yeah.
It's time to retire the cape, Miss Autumn. It's
Yeah.
time to retire that cape.
Mhm.
You know, in this chapter of my life, you know, it's coming to me where I'm becoming a caretaker of how do I want to say this? That my energies are no longer just mine. That my energies are now being stretched. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to show up for everybody in the best way that I know how. But at a certain time, when I pull back, when I say no, you know what I come to find out? People somehow or another, they find a way to do what they need to do.
Yes, they do. I've been finding that out too, because I
Yeah.
started my nose as well.
And baby, then knows, and you know, I think it was last year we did the sacred words. No is sacred. No is a boundary.
Yes, it
Miss
is.
Miss Autumn, I would say that no is about as sacred as the word amen.
Mhm.
Yep,
The beginning and the ending.
baby.
It's all in one shot.
It is what it is, you know.
Mhm.
But here it is. The thing that I don't like is when people, how do I want to say, when people take my no and they say, okay, that's the point where we start negotiating, baby. No is a complete sentence.
Yes, it is.
I said no.
Yes, it.
And wait a
Yeah.
minute. And please do not ask me to quantify my no. Oh, okay. Oh, you done fucked up. Oh,
You
you
just
did.
read my mind. You just read my mind.
Oh,
Yes.
God,
And I
when you
used to do that. And I did. I can't because. And I don't. And now it's like, no, I'm doing that. No.
and now it's because, well, why can't you? Because I don't want to. And if you ask me again, you're gonna hate me.
Yes.
And in order for me to maintain my individuality, in order for me to maintain my peace, your rejection just might be the threshold I'll need. So if I say no, you keep pushing,
Mhm.
you only asking for what I'm about to give you.
Yes. Mhm. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
And
ma'am.
she's giving away free ass whippings with gifts of purchase. And today's Tuesday. Today's 2 for 2 Tuesday. You get 2 ass whippings for the price of 1. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we got hump day. We got hump day ass whippings that go with the word no.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I don't
That's
know. You know, we don't do no specials on Friday and Saturday because Friday and Saturday will take care of themselves. But yeah, early on the week, yeah, messy Monday. Oh, honey, the ass whippings are gift wrapped. Okay, we're gonna start this. We're gonna start this work cycle. Here's your ass whooping. Okay, how you want it? You know what I'm saying? But I
yes.
found, you know, I thought, wait a minute, we got Kiki. Kiki, you gotta hi, my darling. Hi, sweetie. Baby, we
Oh,
signing off. We signing off. And Kiki, thank you for Kiki. Things are leveling off. Tuition coming through again. That's coming back online. I'll be doing some readings, baby. So keep the notifications on, okay, babes? But yeah, but watch the video from the beginning, honey, because we did some good information up in here. But yeah, sweetie, you know, and I always tell people that the shit that triggers you controls you. And anybody that offended you did you a favor. They found a weakness. And that gives you an opportunity to come back better.
And
You
it
know?
do. And I thank you for that. And that's confirmation. And I've been took accountability of the role that I have played in a lot of my downfalls. And it took a lot for me to do that. It really did. And once I did that, it was a weight lifted off of me. But you know, I want to say this and I'm gonna sign off.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm having a issue with. It's not that I don't understand it. I guess I'm having a problem with accepting it. Is that, you know, as you go through life and you are kind, you know, or you know what you may consider kind, because you know kindness is different to you know to the individual. But when you treat people with dignity and respect, and they in turn treat you like trash, treat you as if um you're nothing, and all you wanted, you know, all you did was pour into them and you know love them, and not that you look for anything in return, you know, it's just that you would just hope that they would, you know, treat you with dignity and respect in the same way. And the older that I get, it's not that I don't comprehend. It's not that I know that everyone is an individual. It's just that's a part of my life that I always struggle with. Like, how do you like do that to a person? Like, you know, like treat them like shit and they haven't been nothing but kind to you. You know,
Autumn,
and
you know,
that's hard for me to
and let me say this, baby, and let me say this. I don't want to take nothing from you. I'm not trying to take nothing from you, but I will say this: that we have emotional agreements. We have emotional agreements. You have the authority to disengage with that agreement
true.
when it no longer serves you. And you know, I was joking a little bit about, you know, 2 for 2 Tuesday ass whipping and shit like that. But the one thing that I was not playing with was the word no. It is small, but like I said, it is sacred. And when you think about it, that word no is found in every language, and it's always used as a line of refusal. It is a word of clarity.
Yes.
No, it's a word of clarity. And what I like about the word no is that it preserves, for Ronnie, no preserves my mental and my emotional well-being.
Yes.
And it prevents me from being overwhelmed by defining what I will and what I will not accept. So for me, saying no reduces feelings of resentment. It reduces the frustration. It reduces the burnout that come from overcommitting or emotionally masking or bending myself for somebody else's expectations. And I'm gonna tell you something. And no Autumn, no strengthens my self-worth, because each boundary that I set reinforces the truth that I matter, my energy matters, my peace of mind matters. And when we begin to honor our own limits, we create a stable inner foundation that allows us to respond to life intentionally rather than reactively. I save a lot. The word no is self-love in action.
Yes.
That word no will guard your peace. It will guard your time. It will guard your sacred energy. And wait a minute. And the thing is that the reason why people don't say it is because they think that the word no is rejection. And actually the word no is direction. No is direction.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You know, we talked about that. We talked about that cape, baby. You put down the cape and carry a shield, because no is a shield. It is a sacred barrier that, you know, it protects our integrity, and it protects our spirit. It creates space with our intentions, our energy, our life force. You know, it can flourish without any kind of interference when we say no.
Yes, ma'am. And that, yeah. I understand, I understand that now. It's just, I just think over, just certain individuals and just certain things in my life. And I'm like, wow, how we do live in a world of people who just really don't give a damn. Like, they will take, they will take. And it doesn't always mean a material thing. You know what I mean? Like,
and the thing is, darling, is that what you take from me, if you took it from me, you know what that meant? Is that if you took it from me, I could create it. You took a portion. If you took it from me, there's not too much you can take from me that I cannot recreate.
True.
So whatever you decided you was going to take from me, you really played yourself out.
Yeah.
Because it was so cheap. Baby, I'm the sauce. I'm that secret sauce. Right, Kenny?
That's black man. Say how that's the black man.
There we go. Go. So
Yeah.
so that's where so that's where I'm at with that.
Yes.
But Autumn, it ain't shit for you to say no. I'm
Oh,
not.
I'm on that. I'm on all that time right now.
No, I will not feel this. No, I refuse to accept this energy. No, this is not a part of who I am. No, I refuse to accept my son's opinion as my reality. No, that's not working. That's not working. No.
Yes.
No. And thank you for showing me where I was faltering, because I lost sight of who the fuck I was.
Thank you. Yes.
And when you can get out there and you can say all that shit to your mother, baby, God bless you. Baby, God bless you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I love you. I love you. I love you. And thank you so much for everything. And
that school, baby, you got work to do on that school. That school is remaining open for a reason. Keep them doors open, Autumn. Keep them doors open. All right. Now, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. Please share the live, like the video, do all those things. If you feeling generous, listen, my Venmo and my Buy Me Coffee is somewhere up on that shit. I'm living in Trump's America too, shit. Anyway, y'all stay blessed, stay in alignment, say your no's. No, I shan't be doing that. No. Say your no's. And listen, I'm back on track for tomorrow. All right. So y'all stay blessed. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you so much. Here we go.